Hi, Dan. How are you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Really good. I'm excited you're back on Winter Jam.
I know. I can't believe it. I'm doing it again.
I imagine that's exciting to hear that you're going to go back on it. It's one. Well, it is. It's the best tour there is for Christian artists. I mean, as far as the staging, the light production, everything. All the different types of artists that come. It's such a great tour.
It's a big one for sure.
And I just watched your new music video. I had not seen it. Speak to Me that you did in
Oh
Iceland.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that was so pretty. Oh, I want to go, but it's cold. it
yeah. Now would be definitely a cold time to go, but summer I would recommend.
is it as gorgeous as it looks? Because it looks amazing.
It was absolutely amazing. You can't even hardly even capture it with the camera.
Well, and you should know about cold because you're from Canada, so
It's true.
cold is a part of your lifestyle. Your body is acclimated to it.
Right.
Well, and how are your two little kids doing? Are they excited about Christmas or they even get it yet?
They are. My son, who's 4, is super pumped. He knows all about it. My daughter's
Oh,
1. She doesn't totally get it yet.
yeah, she'll feed off of his excitement for sure. Well, that's going to be a fun Christmas. It's so fun when there's little ones to watch open presents. That's the best part for me.
Totally.
You know, I was looking at where you were from. You're from Salmon Arm. Is that the name of where you're from?
That's right.
That's cool. I mean, that's a really cool name. I was just looking up some information and I was like, I didn't salmon arm. I've never heard of that, but that sounds cool. That sounds very remote.
It is definitely out there.
Well, and for somebody who doesn't know who you are, except for the fact that you're from Canada, um, I looked up some things about like, your bio and just I already have interviewed you before, but I thought I would just have you tell people, where are you from and how did you get into Christian music or doing music?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Salmon Arm, pretty remote, and we didn't have Christian radio or anything, so my exposure to Christian music was, I forget what it was called. It was like this. It was like this mail ordering CDs, something Clubhouse. I forget, but I'd get these CDs every other month, and it was sort of my fuel, and kind of sparked a dream in me to think, man, maybe one day I could record music that people would listen to. And yeah, that was sort of the beginning, and took me on a bit of a journey, and it's the one that took me here today.
And your new album, Wherever I Go, came out in September, so that's available for everyone. And I'm playing that song every week, all week. I love that song. Um,
Thank you.
I really like the album. I really do, and I think I'm so glad you're going to be on Winter Jam. You kind of round out like all the different styles that are going to be there. I'm excited to see you, and so as far as like now, when you started, you actually did like your own like radio promoting and booking, is what I read. You did all your own thing.
Yeah, well, it was just me, like I said, in little old Salmon Arm, there's no booking agencies, there's no radio promo team, there's no publishing team, there's no publicist. It's sort of like you just got to make it happen. So in Canada, I just got a list of all the radio stations, and I called them and I said, "Hey, would you play my song?" And maybe they just felt bad because they couldn't say no to me, because I was the artist calling, and they played my music. So that was sort of the very beginning of all of it.
And how did you end up like working with a label? Who kind of like did you meet somebody once you went to Nashville?
Yeah, I actually started working with a producer in Nashville who we recorded like 5 or 6 songs, and he was really liking it and had some relationships in the music industry. and he shared it with a few labels, and they they wanted to have meetings with me. So I had a few meetings, and then that turned into my first deal, which was with Capitol.
That's a pretty big first deal too. That's an amazing first deal.
It was sort of like it was definitely unexpected, out of nowhere for sure.
Well, and Winter Jam being your second time, you're prepared for the monstrosity of it all. I mean, and I mean that in a cool way, but it is a really big machine, isn't it?
It's big, yeah. It's really big, and there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of music that happens in the night. So the the hope is that each one of us brings something unique and special to the table that only we can bring, and that translates, and it has some effect on the people that come to watch.
Oh, it's such an amazing, and I tell people you've got to go because the production is so top notch. The screens, the lights, and the lasers. I mean, it's such an incredible visually thing to see. And then you have all these individual artists that have so many different styles, and you can invite people who might not have ever heard Christian music before, and they might go, "Wow, they play rock, they play country-ish, like they do all these different styles of music because some people they think we Christians don't have any fun. So if they show up to Winter Jam, they will learn different, right?
Yep, exactly.
So a couple of like funny questions I like to ask. Curious because you're going to be on the road with all these cool artists, and you have been before. Have you had anybody that you seriously want to collaborate with, like on a song?
It's a great question. I feel like yes to all.
To everyone on Winter Jam, yeah.
I'm just sort of I'm a fan of all the artists on Winter Jam. I'm a fan of almost every Christian artist, and I call most of them friends. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm always down to collaborate, and you never know when you're going to find a minute on the road. So it's pretty busy, but you never know when to find a minute to sit down and write something together. And you never know where it'll go.
And I'm curious because of your style of music. I'm curious if you, what kind of playlist you have. Like, who's a couple of the artists that are like on your playlist a lot? Your personal one that you listen to.
That's a great question. I'm one of those old guys now. When I was growing up, older guys that I'd work with in construction or whatever, they would listen to the music that they listened to when they were younger. And I'm sort of the same. Like I grew up on Jars of Clay, and Delirious, and DC Talk, and all those bands. And it's like when you listen to that music, Lifehouse is another one of them. When you listen to that music growing up, it sort of captures a spot in your heart and in your life. Switchfoot was another one.
Oh
So
yeah.
I go back to that music a lot. And then nowadays with Spotify and all that, I just listen to tons of different playlists. There's one on there, the big one, I forget what it's called, the Christian one, and it's always updating with new stuff. So I love listening to that and catching the new songs that are out. So yeah, a little bit of everything.
It's kind of different because I grew up in the 80s and we had like Stephen Curtis Chapman, Michael W. Smith, Amy Grant, Sandy Patty, Striper, and Petra. Like, I mean, like we really just we really had like a handful of people, and we didn't have a Christian radio station that was just Christian. And so, now I don't think people realize now the banquet or the buffet of, it's different styles of music, and Winter Jam proves that. I mean, we have everything you could possibly want to hear. They're coming out with new styles that we can't even define anymore, I mean, like Need to Breathe and like Rent Collective. I don't even know what you call that, but I love it.
Yeah, eclectic, very eclectic.
Yeah, so I heard a couple of people call it Americana, like folk rock, and then one of them said no, it's rockabilly. I'm like, I don't know, but it doesn't seem country, doesn't seem bluegrass. So I mean, I have no idea. I'm not a country fan, but I love that. I mean, Ren Collective is going to be on the tour, and everybody's got to check this out. Newsboys United. Have you seen them together since they started this?
I haven't, but I was a big Newsboys fan growing up. I remember standing in line at Creation Fest in Jesus Northwest and standing in line waiting for their autographs for hours. I loved them.
And to have Peter Furler and Michael Tate there, I mean, to get, hey, I talked to Michael and he said you get Newsboys 1.0 and 2.0 together. I'm like,
Exactly. No, that's going to be epic.
it is, and that's going to be so amazing. So I can't wait to see you. You'll be here in Michigan in the freezing cold in January, and I will see you there. And I hope you have a happy and blessed holiday season, and be safe on the road. And I don't know if you got snow there yet.
Well, I'm currently in.
Oh, are you in Nashville?
Tour. I'm going to have to see what state I'm in. I'm in Iowa, and there is snow on the ground. Yeah.
Oh wow. Are you going home to Canada for anything for the holidays?
I don't think we're going to make it there. We live in Nashville most of the time now, so we're going to spend Christmas with the family, just the four of us in Nashville this year.
Yeah, it's that time where now you're your own family and you start your own little traditions and everything. And well, your kids
Yeah,
are
exactly.
your kids are adorable, and whoever takes your pictures, they're really good pictures. Like the pictures on.
Thank you. My wife happens to be a professional photographer, so it's nice to have her taking care of that.
Well, tell her she's on point because they are beautiful photos. And when you have little kids like that and the photos are great quality, it's so much cuter. We'll tell her also to have a happy holidays, and I hope your kids have a blast and rip everything open and just get excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, we will see you next month, actually. So we'll see you next month here on the Winter Jam.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Dan. You have a blessed day.
Thank